Hi, welcome to Hollywood After Dark. This is Josh.
And this is Carter, also known as the fucking Bowel Air.
That's right. And tonight we're going to talk about. This just came out yesterday. Tonight's the April 25th. This came out yesterday. The director of Suicide Squad released a picture of the Joker, and people are pissed.
People are on pissed. We have great debates in our country now: birth control, gun control, welfare, and now the Joker.
Yeah. Basically, he doesn't have a smile even. He's just covered in bad tattoos.
It's prison bad tattoos.
Yeah. So he looks like a twink UFC fighter.
Kinda. I was gonna go with Macaulay Culkin after he was pulled out of cocaine. A couple other great things that look like his great jokes. That's the upside to this. How many jokes have come along with this photo? Look like they changed the Joker's origin story to where Batman threw him in a vat of Hot Topic. Somebody needs to tell the Joker to put his shirt back on and get back to work at McDonald's.
He's loving it.
He's loving it. It's Home Alone 4, Lost in Arkham, because somehow it does actually look like Macaulay Culkin. If you look at it, you just can't get that image out of your head that it's friggin' Home Alone Macaulay Culkin on a bender.
Macaulay was a cute kid, but God bless. He looks kind of like Gollum from Lord of the Rings now.
A little bit. I mean, and here's my big dilemma with this. I trust Jared Leto.
Yeah, I like Jared Leto.
I do too. I think he's a great actor. He's a decent musician. I think he is taking the part seriously, but he wouldn't have control over this look.
You can't really polish a turd too well.
I mean, they're already using this movie, in my opinion, as a vehicle for crappy merchandise, and that was with the signing of Will Smith. Sorry, Will Smith. Will Smith's a great actor when a director sits on him, and he has the appropriate material. Pursuit of Happiness, even his early career, when you looked at 7 Degrees of Separation, I think was the name of the movie, or 6 Degrees of Separation, something like that. Before Fresh Prince, he was able to really channel this con artist character he was playing. And when he has that appropriate material and director and somebody sits on him, he is phenomenal. But most of the time, we get Big Willie style.
Getting jiggy with it.
And unfortunately, he is playing the world's greatest assassin, Deadshot. And dear God, just no, not in a Suicide Squad movie. I can't get Hancock out of my head.
Yeah.
The last time he tried playing a superhero.
So Suicide Squad, we've only really seen the Joker so far. So next up on the fear list is probably Harley Quinn. What the hell are they gonna do to her?
Trailer Park Harley Quinn. Come out with tramp stamps. Probably like a Batman tramp stamp going on there. Instead of her classic black and white, she'll probably be wearing some like cut off flannel shirt that's like tied up around her tits. And it's not going to be a mallet. It's just going to be like a rusty claw hammer.
God bless poor Harley. So thumbs down so far for Suicide Squad. Hopefully, maybe Warner will be like, oh God, the internet hates it, and at least get rid of the tattoos. I can live with it besides that.
Yeah, if you take away the tattoos, the look isn't bad.
So.
I mean, it's kind of very plain in its look. I mean, you and I had this discussion in a much earlier podcast. The Man That Laughs.
Yeah, that's what he's based off of.
Yeah. If we went with that classic look, I mean, that hasn't been done in movies ever.
No. Closest was probably Nicholson.
Closest, but even Nicholson was a bit over the top. With The Man Who Laughs was a bit more subdued.
Yeah.
But still crazy. And, you know, the craziness was in the eyes and the smile.
Yeah, I think the classics are always the best, like, typically.
I mean, you and I are purists, and Joker is sacred ground, much like Batman, like Superman. These are sacred characters that we don't take lightly.
Yeah, the Joker is the probably top villain in all of comics.
Now, here's the funny thing, and I found this out. A friend of mine, huge comic book fan. She is probably more of a comic nerd than you or I, and that's saying something. She's been doing it longer. She is well involved with different companies globally when it concerns with comics and video games. She doesn't have a problem with this. She really doesn't. And I've seen a lot of women on the face that said they don't have a problem with this, and most of that's because it's Jared Leto.
Yeah.
You know, he's a heartthrob, and they don't have a problem with it. Oh, give him trashy tattoos. He just misunderstood. No, that is not the Joker.
They could come out with like a purple tutu and clown shoes, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's okay."
Oh, it's okay. He's just wielding, instead of, an acid-throwing flower, he's just got a 6-foot purple dong in his hand. That's fine. No, this is the Joker. He is sacred. He is holy in the pantheon of comics. But let's be honest, DC doesn't really give a fuck what they're doing anymore. I mean, they're already splitting up the race of who was it? Was it Wally West that's now mixed?
Yeah, somehow he on Born Earth he's a redheaded white guy, and now he's a mixed race.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't even come up with a new Flash. They just decided, hey, Wally West is now half black, half Hispanic. He's Alex Rodriguez of the Justice League.
Well, the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, in the old universe he had 2 kids, and this universe he's gay.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense at all, other than the publicity grab and DC's really reaching, because right now they're playing behind the net. Disney has put Marvel way ahead of its game, and now Warner Brothers is trapped.
Yeah.
It really is something horrible to behold.
Also, gay character, they announced that Iceman, one of the original X-Men, is gay now.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I mean, there was no point in making Iceman gay. They could have come up with their own character, new.
Well, I was thinking about the history of Iceman, or X-Men. He never, like, Angels had a girlfriend, Beast has had girlfriends, Cyclops, obviously.
Yeah.
But this Iceman never really did, so maybe... looking like that, I don't really mind as much, because as long as it doesn't conflict with what's already been done.
Well, it conflicts with the movies now.
Yeah, but the movies aren't the comics.
No, the movies are their own separate universe, which we take them, but you still have to keep the source material at its core. So I guess I don't have as big a problem with that as I do with how the Joker looks with, and one of the big things, and shout out to my friend Dan if he's listening, he pointed this out. The Joker would never have the word damage tattooed on the front of his head. You do that and you just look like a guy who's trying too hard.
Yeah. It's just like Warner Brothers is trying too hard.
Yeah, they're, like I said, they're playing behind the net right now. They really are. It's sad that it's come to this and crap like this. They don't know how to catch up properly.
To me, it's a sprint. I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Isn't
they should have taken their time and done it right.
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, we can try to hold hope for Batman versus Superman, but my hope isn't holding that well after. I rewatched Man of Steel last night, and it's still not as bad as what I first saw it, but it's still bad.
Yeah. It's not 3 or 4 bad, but it's...
Yeah, like
it's probably Superman Returns bad, maybe.
Like, Superman is consoling his mother in the house where Zod threw a tractor trailer or whatever through the roof of it, and Lois just gets out of the police car that she just drove up with obviously officers who drove her there. She just gets out screaming, Clark! I mean, did nobody catch that?
He's like, kayfabe, bitch!
He probably should have punched her into orbit. Like, well, that's the end of that chapter. Time to go find Lana.
Poor Clark.
Yeah, freaking Clark, man. This Joker situation doesn't hold my hat. I mean, I'm waiting for some sort of trailer to alleviate some of my worries about it. But
yeah, it was like a kick to the nuts, though. It
really
really was.
I'm nowhere near as angry as I was last night, but I'm still pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Even my cat was furious. She started shaking a paw at the picture, like, damn you, DC.
Meow, suck my pussy, DC. So this is after dark, so we can say pussy now.
Yeah, we can. Actually, there's a pussy on my lap right now.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a black pussy. It's brilliant.
Can make a Wally West, huh?
Yeah, that's true. It keeps looking at me.
So we're going to talk real quick about superhero sex lives. What do you think?
I mean, where do we want to start with this? Do we want to start with Marvel or DC on how some of their...
I got a little list.
I don't know who's luckier in this. And speaking of, I'm going to start off right now with the Fantastic Four. Is Sue Storm luckier, or is Reed Richards luckier? Because let's break this down. Sue Storm can go invisible. So it kind of plays a nice little cat and mouse game that he can have with her. And she also, by and large, has the biggest breast in the Marvel Universe.
I would think so.
But Mr. Fantastic can stretch to unbelievable lengths.
In any part of his body.
Yeah. Can become rubbery and hard and elongated.
Yeah. So he could have like a 3-foot long cock that's like 4 feet wide.
He could, or he could reshape his hand into another cock.
True.
And DP her like crazy.
3P, if he puts his cock in one, and then he has his cock shaped like his other hand that's shaped like a cock, and then his other hand shaped like a cock, he can reach around and stick it in his mouth, too.
You can just stick it in her mouth and just use his hands and kind of go right there. I mean, he's having an orgy by himself.
That's why he's Mr. Fantastic.
That is why he's Mr. Fantastic. Now, what about Johnny Storm? Like, Johnny Storm is the Human Torch. So when he comes, is it like a flamethrower?
Maybe. It would at least be magma. Semen heated like magma, at least.
All over the place.
He just burns through the bed sheets.
Like so many house fires across New York have been started for that reason.
Or maybe Reed, now they feel the uniforms made of unstable molecules, maybe they made their bed sheets out of that too.
Well, I would hope that he would get a condom. That would help.
How would a condom do? If he's
on
fire, the condom would just like melt off or something.
No, his clothes don't. The new molecule suit doesn't melt off.
Okay, so you're talking about a unstable molecule condom.
Yeah.
That'd get expensive, though.
Well, you never know, because, the Fantastic Four do make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Scientific research, so if he could find a way to mass produce it at a cheaper cost.
And, like, he can light just a finger on fire, so I think he could stand there and impress a girl and just light his junk on fire. Look at that.
And I'd like to get a woman's opinion on what she would think about, the Thing.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's obviously rock.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of mess is down there.
Like, how smooth is the rock?
Does he have, like, little rock testicles also, I would think?
I think so.
But I guess, like, he moves, like, it makes, like, that gravelly, when he, like, moves his fingers, I guess, when he gets erect, it just does the same, I guess?
I guess.
Either that or he's always hard.
That would make sense.
So I would think that the Thing it got the roughest deal on that. Not only look-wise, but genital-wise.
Definitely. I mean, you have to think. But let's switch that up right now, and let's cover Superman.
All right.
No way that Lois, I don't think, could take him.
No.
One good shot, and that's going straight through her body.
He'd need a kryptonite condom.
Which would certainly kill him.
After a while, though, I mean, Superman's weakness to kryptonite seems to fit whatever the writer needs him to.
Yeah, that's kind of true, but I'm thinking, that most of your blood is coursing through your cock at that point, so his blood's going to become infected very quickly.
True.
And it's going to wreck skin contact, so...
So maybe that's why he hooked up with Wonder Woman in the new continuity.
Yeah, Wonder Woman can, hold on.
And speaking of Wonder Woman, we'll jump over to Wonder Woman. She comes from Themyscira, a.k.a. Paradise Island. Nothing but ladies there. Right?
Right.
The Amazonians. She's probably had some lesbian loving at some point, do you think?
Well, the Themyscirians, were they Roman or Greek?
They're Greek.
They're Greek. Okay, let's go with what the Greeks were all famous for.
True.
Yeah.
Well, plus there's no men whatsoever. So if they want to get their freak on, they either gotta use toys or, each other.
I'm guessing each other, but more to the point, they were carved out of stone.
Yeah.
That's how they came into being. They were carved out of stone by... Did Hades help with that?
I know it was Zeus and, Hera.
The Hera, too? Yeah, Hera, they do worship Hera.
I think it's mostly Hera.
Yeah, so that's how they came to existence, so...
Yeah. But I think a lot of lesbian loving went on there.
Probably. I mean, I couldn't blame them, they're all hot.
Yeah. Should make like a Orange is the New Black version of Themyscira.
Trap Themyscira. That'd be great.
Just tons of Amazonian women making out. There's really no plot.
No, but I can definitely see combat evolving in just into an orgy.
That was a nice hit, Artemis. And then it's boom, 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 boom. Like the classic porno music. That'd be good stuff. That'd be like ratings phenomenon.
That would be. I would watch that.
The kids turn on. It's a Wonder Woman show. Oh, God.
The only real superhero I can think of, major superhero, that wouldn't have a problem in this area is Bruce.
Yeah, he's human. Well, same with Oliver Queen.
Yeah, too. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking major. I mean, come on.
Oh, major. Well, in the Spider-Man, he didn't seem to mutate in a terrible way.
Well, until that one point where his mutation was growing way out of control, and he became half spider.
Yeah, I remember that. He was like a hairy spider.
Yeah, so at that point, Mary Jane probably would have had a problem.
True. I'm sure his sperm has been contaminated. But I mean, Pete himself.
Well, in the future, didn't he have a daughter that inherited his powers?
Until they wrote her off.
Yeah, but
I think. Well, that's like a different continuity. So yeah, it's pretty much Bruce is the main one because he's the only really human. Well, I know Captain America too. I mean, for a 100-year-old guy, he could probably.
Yeah, but it's, super strength.
Yeah. Well, Tony though, and he has the heart problem.
Tony definitely. Okay. Yeah, Iron Man definitely doesn't have a problem in that area. He's Iron Man. He's a pimp.
Thor would probably have the same problem as Superman.
Yeah, well, it depends. Are we going to go with the original Thor concept when he would mutate in and out of Donald Blake?
Oh, what is the crippled guy?
Yeah. Donald Blake wouldn't have a problem. Thor had a problem.
Yeah, he'd rip Natalie Portman in half. So she's not in the Age of Ultron.
Yeah, and it's there's also the chance he just kind of flails his arm out and the hammer just comes ripping through the bedroom and knocks Natalie Portman through the head.
I hope they mentioned that he just throttled her with his cock and killed her.
Well, no, we still have that's going to be interesting to see how they write that on because we still have Thor Ragnarok coming.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to. But
another Avenger, the Hulk.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, Bruce Banner, normal guy, size guy. When he gets angry, turns into a big giant behemoth.
It's not only when he gets angry, it's anytime his pulse goes up above, I think about 200.
Oh, so if he's getting his
Yeah,
boinging on.
yeah. I'd like to. Yeah, I'm going to reference the movie universe on this, but in Edward Norton's The Incredible Hulk, they even mentioned that like he's making out Liv Tyler and his pulse monitor and his wrist starts going off, and he has to stop himself because he knows what's going to happen to Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh, this
He'd rip her in half.
heartbeat's getting a little bit too fast here.
Poor Hulk. Do you think when he does turn to Hulk, his junk grows in proportion to him, or is he like full Hulk size and still has the little Bruce Banner dick?
No, everything's got to grow the same size.
So just like his
It
muscles.
wouldn't make sense for just like one area of the body not to do that.
But then again, his pants never seem to rip.
Well, the pants rip, just not the waist.
Well, there you go. The waist and the private areas.
Not the way the private areas do. It's just like
Those are always covered.
they are, but it's like they wore pants and now they're shorts.
But if he was huge Hulk size, still had the Bruce Banner dick, that might explain why he's so angry.
Yeah.
Hulk big, Hulk have small dick.
I think he saw the picture of Jared Leto. That is what causes his rage.
He had a vision of the future.
I'm always angry at that picture.
Let's see what else we got in here. Here's a weird one that I thought of, going back to DC. Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Shazam. The problem here is Billy Batson is probably, 10 years old?
Yeah. I mean, he eventually
10, 12, something like that.
12 or 11, something. Yeah, he's a kid.
He transforms into Captain Marvel, or Shazam now, and he's a full-grown man, kind of like Tom Hanks big, but with a cape.
Yeah.
Does he have, like, full man capabilities?
He should, yeah. I mean, Tom Hanks, that happened to Tom Hanks big.
So if he gets with a girl, he's really doing statutory rape.
Kinda, yeah, but not really. Like, his body's grown, so there'd have to be new law on that. I mean,
So yeah. I don't think he has parents, does he? Isn't he like one of the classic orphans?
yeah, that I don't remember because I never really cared about him.
So I'd say, I think he's got adopted or something. Most superheroes do, so I guess his parents couldn't really charge her with stats.
Like, Captain Marvel needs to get punched. The only time I ever enjoyed him was in Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah, he was pretty badass. And he was kind of like Lex Luthor's stooge, right?
Because Lex was using a mind control device, developed by Savage.
That's a good story. They need to make that like at least an animated movie.
You know what? But Alex Ross's artwork is so great in it; it'd be really hard to do.
That's just CGI, I think.
Well, I think CGI would ruin it. I think if they put some real good money into it, they could. I'd like to see it as a live action film.
That'd be badass.
Old Bruce, old Clark, older Wonder Woman, older Hal. Hal's really old at this point. Wally's old. Everybody's old. Like Lex is really old too. The only guy who didn't age was Vandal Savage.
Yeah, he's pretty much immortal.
Yeah, Vandal Savage is immortal. They've tried to kill him thousands and thousands of times, and it just doesn't work. He's been around since the caveman days, and he's just like, I'm forever young.
Let's see what else we got here. How about Swamp Thing?
We're going independent.
Well, it's a DC character.
Swampy would... No, it would just be Swampy.
You don't think there'd be like a root or
It might be like a sapling.
Like a twig?
I wouldn't say twig. It's not something.
he has a little twig. But he probably would grow,
Could be like a series of branches intertwined in each other, kind of like in a neat spiral.
You might cover it with, moss or something like in the comic books. He's a very prude superhero. Because he could he's naked all the time, right? Swamp Thing?
Yeah, he's very
So he could just be like, swinging it in the breeze.
I think could be. We wouldn't notice because it's just covered in moss.
Yeah, we couldn't tell his moss penis from his regular. But same with Man-Thing from Marvel. with the greatest comic book title ever, Giant-Sized Man-Thing #1.
Man-Thing #1. Here's an idea. What about the Atom?
Yeah, or same with Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Talk about shrinking superheroes.
Yeah, they kind of do whatever right there.
They can shrink down, and it's like a X-rated version of what was that story? Fantastic Voyage, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it would be Fantastic Voyage. That's probably why Janet left Hank Pym, was because he kept just growing in size while he was already in her.
He's like, I can be Giant Man too.
Roar.
But she could also shrink. She could
she could shrink. Yeah,
sting him in the pee hole or something. He might be into that.
You think they ever got really tiny and had really tiny sex?
Probably.
Yeah.
This is Steve Rogers. They just like to make love in his hair.
That would be possible.
Just finish. He's like, what is this, dandruff? And it dries up.
Or maybe his superhuman hearing. He doesn't have Superman hearing, but just kind of it's increased. He just goes, "Did someone just come in my hair?"
He wakes up. They're like, "Shit, let's get out of here."
What happened? There's semen in here. What about Aquaman, man?
Yeah, he's half Atlantean, half human, right?
Yeah, think you ever called for a fish? It's like, come here, dolphin.
Oh, just or carp. Carps just suck anything.
Well, yeah, but carp for freshwater.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
You might meet it in a stream. Is he king over all water or just salt water?
No, I think it's just saltwater because he's the lord of the ocean.
They need Lake Man.
Lake Man?
He's even more useless. Freshwater Man.
Freshwater Man? I don't know, dude. Some of the creatures you can pull out of the Kanawha River.
That's true.
I mean, we got some strange stuff in this river.
Wolverine, do you think he produces sperm beyond belief?
No, I think it's average.
But he has a healing factor, so if he lets loose, you'd think it would instantly repair and be like, whoosh, refilled.
He could just be like, I can go again, right there.
So it's but do you think he has blue balls all the time?
Maybe he's just walking around like the Hulk and be like, here's the trick, I'm always horny.
Well, he does bang a lot of chicks.
He does, but he also feels deeply. We got to remember that.
5'2", 300-pound Canadian man. Except for the Marvel universe or the X-Men movies, he's 6 foot tall. I like Hugh Jackman, but
it worked for Chris Benoit.
Oh, poor Chris.
But he was a 5'2", 300-pound Canadian man.
He's close. He didn't have the adamantium bones, though.
I don't know if he did or didn't.
Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Another X-Men. Iceman, that we mentioned earlier, is just coming out. I would think it would be like a popsicle.
I'm thinking not a popsicle, but I'd be popsicle. I would hope for more of an icicle.
So do you think when he splooges, it's like Slurpee? Slurpee consistency?
With a snowstorm?
I mean, if he's plowing a girl and he's in ice form, because she likes it like that. Because chicks are weird like that. If he just shoots his load Slurpee style.
I don't think it's a Slurpee, man. I'm going with, you ever see those snow blowers they use for a Hollywood set to, imitate snow up in the air?
Oh, yeah, they just blow out,
Yeah, fake snow. I'm thinking that's what it looks like.
That's all the wind, though.
Well, he's got a lot of force. He's Iceman. He can do that out of his hand.
True.
So,
Iceman's going to the local glory hole. And the guys on the other end there just comes an icy penis just straight through the hole. He's like, it's an orange sickle, bitch.
December's here.
He just says that. He just runs. Unless it wasn't gay if he was just a pedophile. He just went around with an ice cream truck.
Oh. No.
I got a treat for you.
No.
No. But, yeah, he's a, icy penis. I would think a guy that got with him would never be able to revisit the, frozen food section.
Like, I hate cold packing.
It's like the red, white, and blue. You know what I'm talking about? The classic signature popsicle.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, actually, it could be the red, white, and blue popsicle.
But if it's like icy, you could probably just put some food coloring on there. Stick to that.
Yeah, go snow cone.
Because yeah, he could change. Because originally he was like a snowman, right?
Yeah, kind of. Well, the art wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah, but eventually he learned to solidify. So I would think he could turn back into the snowman if he wanted to.
He could, I suppose, yeah, if he wanted to, but nobody's really intimidated by a snowman.
True.
Ice creature. Now I'm a snowman. Maybe he does it on Christmas.
Merry Christmas. He's like puts a carrot in. Another X-Man, Colossus.
Colossus could definitely do that. Just shrink up. He has a choice.
Yeah, he can turn the metal at will. An organic.
Yeah.
Metal.
Like all of a sudden maybe it functions like a condom for himself.
So you think it would clear off? He wouldn't shoot it. It would just like go
Nah,
back inside him.
Yeah, I think he'd be covered because it covers every orifice he has.
Yeah.
Like inside and out, it's like a giant amount of armor. So yeah. What about Juggernaut?
Yeah, he has the crystal of what's it called?
Cryotech.
Yeah, that's like a weird, strange word.
Whatever. I think it just Juggernaut comes charging at you. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, he's like Ben Roethlisberger. It's just going to happen.
Oh, come on. No.
It's raping time. I can see Juggernaut as a rapist.
It's like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
And that's just line to it.
Another X-Man Nightcrawler. You think he has anything weird going on there?
It's blue. I mean, it's blue. It's probably got weird symbols painted on it, and he can vent it out of pussy at will.
He just like...
Bam, I'm in your pussy. Bam, I'm in your asshole.
He like sneaks into the girls' rooms.
Give me the rusty trombone.
He's more the silent, like, sleep rapist. He puts it.
How do we go from just normal sex lives to rape with you?
Well, he's Nightcrawler. I mean, he's had a few girlfriends, but jeez.
All right, what about Storm? Like, Storm gets overly excited. We got a hurricane.
Hurricane in her panties.
Well, she starts coming, and all of a sudden, all of the mansion is washed away in a flood. Like, giant monsoon.
That's self-cleaning, though.
It was clean the entire continent. She moved down to Africa, and just suddenly they have all kinds of rain.
She has like white. She has like old lady white pubes, just like her hair. I would think. Wouldn't you?
Maybe. Like, different incarnations we've seen her have kind of different hair color.
I've seen different haircuts. I haven't seen different hair color.
Yeah, something that was like white with some black in it.
She like gets bored and dies with.
She might. She get bored and had it a mohawk.
Oh God, it was iconic look, but I never really.
Yeah, I didn't get. I was like, why? And it was like because it's the '80s. That's why they did it.
Oh yeah.
And that was more of a Days of Future Past haircut, wasn't it?
Well, the X-Men, they faked their own death, sort of, and disappeared to Australia for a while. I think she lost her powers for a while. I don't know. It was a weird time for the X-Men.
There's been a lot of weird times for the X-Men. The only time that wasn't weird for anybody was, like, Civil War, and they were like, you know what, we're neutral on this.
Yeah, we'll sit this out.
We're just going to sit right here, you all figure it out. And I'm like, nobody wanted to tip the scales on this one?
I think Wolverine was in it, maybe. I don't even know if he was. He sat out too?
Yeah, Wolverine sat out there. He sat at the mansion with the rest of them.
Nice.
I think he was more worried about what would happen to the kids if they went off half-cocked.
There's another mutant, the Blob.
Ooh. Uh, could he get hard?
You think it would cause heart problems? See, I always thought the Blob, even though he was immovable, was his power, right?
Yeah, it was only immovable, but he also had, super advanced strength.
I was worried about his heart.
No, but it was a mutant power, so I don't think it would affect his heart. Because he could get into fights and nothing would happen.
I think he'd have to, like you imagine, like, he and Toad going to strip clubs.
Well, Toad did have a wicked tongue.
That's true.
He'd flick that anywhere.
You know what happens when lightning hits a Toad?
What?
The same thing that happens when it hits everything else. That's like the worst movie line ever.
I know, that was horrible.
I think of every comic, that's like worse than stuff in like Superman 4. That's like the lowest of the low. Like, Bryan Singer's a good director. Like, he was just like, screw it.
I'll leave this line in. No, you know what? It's still not as bad as the stuff that was in Superman 4. May I remind you of Nuclear Man's magic nails?
Oh, God, that's bad.
I've got pointy fingernails. Like Bruce Jenner. Yeah, that's right.
Here's a space hero. We talked about Fantastic Four earlier. Their buddy, the Silver Surfer.
Did he have a penis?
Well, originally he was Norn Rad.
Yeah, no, originally he was Norn Rad. He was a humanoid. He wasn't human.
Yeah, it's kind of like Luke Skywalker looks human, but he's alien. Same thing with Norn. Gave up his freedom to save his planet. So Galactus turned him into the Silver Surfer. And then the power cosmic made his entire body silver. He's lacking a genitalia.
And any kind of orifice.
Yeah, he has a mouth, and that's really it.
Yeah, his butt's completely covered up. He's definitely not pooping.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to eat. He has the power cosmic.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it's one.
Is it gone, or is it like covered up underneath the metal?
I think he got euthanized. The hard way, they just cut it off.
Castrated, you mean?
Yeah, not euthanized. Sorry, castrated. There we go. Sorry, lacking words. It's late.
So yeah, that poor Silver Surfer. They never mentioned that.
Well, I don't think it was a real selling point, as he was the harbinger of death.
That's probably why he's like, man, Galactus took my dick off.
So you're all gonna die.
Fuck y'all.
He only took my dick. Wait till you see what he does to you.
He's
gonna fuck your planet.
The last Marvel villain I have, or that's a Marvel character altogether, is Venom. Do you think the symbiote gets in on his business?
Yeah, I think the symbiote enjoys it. I think it's definitely present. I'd like to see what Cassidy would do with it.
Oh, Lord.
Carnage, Jesus. You want to talk about a villain with that kind of power? I mean...
He's like banging dead prostitutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, hey, here's this hooker that's been dead in a dumpster for 2 weeks.
But like Venom could even when Peter Parker had Venom, the black suit, like Pete would just be asleep and Venom just be out running around town with him with his body. Do you think like Venom's just banging random chicks at a bar?
Very possible, or else he just kind of took him like to a strip club and.
Like Pete wakes up the next day, he's like, God bless, it burns when I piss.
Yeah, why do I have herpes all of a sudden? Mary Jane, what are you not telling me?
But he wouldn't know, because Venom's out banging chicks.
You wouldn't know, and him and Mary Jane would end up hauling apart because he accused Mary Jane of cheating on him.
Yeah,
he got herpes.
That would be the greatest story. Peter wants revenge because Venom gave him herpes.
Starts ringing the bell. Get these STDs off of me.
He's like, it never really goes away. It just goes into remission for a little bit.
Same thing with Venom.
Damn you, Venom. Going to DC. Let's see. one of the Teen Titans. I thought, well, not Cyborg's probably missing the dick, but we'll go with Beast Boy.
Beast Boy has one.
He has one, but he can.
At will, what kind of animal it would be?
Yeah, so like he could make any romantic night a donkey show.
He could.
Or whatever she's into. Like, if you found, like, a bestiality girl, I think he'd have to.
That'd be awesome. I'd pay to see that.
So what's his real name? Garth, right? Garth is his real name, I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember. I was never big on Teen Titans.
But, like, he looks funny to begin with, so she might as well fuck a gorilla or something.
That's true.
So he has, like, he looks kind of like a green werewolf.
He does. Oh. Teen Wolf.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Spectre. We've got here. Jim Corrigan.
Is he still the Spectre? Is Jim Corrigan still running around as the Spectre?
I have no idea who it is in the reboot.
Oh, God.
That was like the original Spectre. So to me, that's like...
It's Jim Corrigan. I'm thinking about the other... I was thinking about Chris McAllen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris McAllen was the last one.
They're in the same situation regardless. They can form into solid beings, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they could get it on.
Yep. He was human. He had a kid.
When he was alive, though, right?
I would assume he still could, because he's not the Spectre 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, Spectre's all beside him.
So he's like banging chicks, and all of a sudden he's like, I am the spirit of vengeance. He just sits around bored. I mean, that's his whole job, right? I mean, you don't have to eat or sleep.
That's true. Being the spirit of... What about Ghost Rider, man?
It's true. He's basically a skeleton being, right? Well, he can turn to flesh every once in a while, can't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, he goes in and out of being human, and it's...
Yeah.
It's not 24/7 thing about what about when he is Ghost Rider.
He does it to troll ladies. Like he's banging like Johnny Blaze, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm the spirit of vengeance, and she's like, fucking some flaming skeleton. Can you imagine Ghost Rider as Ghost Rider naked? He's just like a skeleton body.
It used to be a skeleton, man.
And a flaming head.
Yeah, I mean, it would purely be a skeleton on that.
So his business would disappear then.
Yeah, he wouldn't have any flesh.
So it'd just be like, poof, it's gone.
Yeah, poof, it's gone. And then, like, he wakes up next morning and be like, hey, I'm glad that's back.
He's like, yes, it's back.
Alright, I can do lady things.
Let's see. Martian Manhunter. He's kind of like Reed Richards. He can...
Yeah, he can shapeshift and anything. He turns into a dragon a lot of times.
He has mind control, too, so...
Yeah, that makes him dangerous.
He's like... Anytime he wants.
That's like, very true. And he could just be like, you will come to bed now.
Come here, hot girl. He makes like Hawkman watch.
This not poor Hawkman. Nobody likes Hawkman.
Yeah, I mean, he's dressed kind of like a chick. Like, he's a big, like, buff dude with a mace. And then he has, like, this chicken mask. And wings.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to pull off.
It is a hard thing to pull off. Like, it pretty much looks like, Thunder from Down Under did their Aztecian review.
Yeah, it's Hawk Girl, not so bad, because women get away with more, I think. Yeah,
women can get away with a scantily clad outfit like that.
You were like, eh.
Yeah, it's like
I accept the chicken face.
Hawkman, it's just, hey, we took He-Man and put wings and a mask on him.
Yeah.
That is what it looks like.
Oh, here's what Marvel character I forgot about, just thought about. Actually did reproduce, even though he's a robot, and that would be Vision.
Vision reproduced?
Well, Wanda sort of did her magic, and they had twins that turned out to be demons or something.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess he's like Data from Star Trek. I guess maybe Ultron equipped him.
If we want to get into, like, sci-fi, do you think, did they ever... Yeah, Data was fully functional.
Yeah, because he banged
Honey.
The one that died. Yar.
Yar, thank you.
Lieutenant
Sorry, I
Yar.
was off microphone asking my beautiful girlfriend. And she was sitting there nodding. Yeah, he fucking nailed her.
He gave it to her good. Wasn't there was like some like, it's one of the weirdest episodes. There was like a virus going around that made everybody horny.
Yeah. I think that's just called being a betazoid.
Yeah, that's just like the plot. And Data got lucky.
Yeah, I think like when Data was fucking her, he probably composed a symphony and solved the last number of pi in his head all at the same time.
He's like recording he could actually record it and relive that moment.
He could actually.
He's sitting in his quarter and like, man, maybe at her funeral he's like reliving it.
Like the hologram will and testament. He's just like he'd like elbowing Riker in the ribs. Hey, I hit that.
I'm reliving it right now. Sploosh.
How'd she know when he was finished?
Maybe he excreted some lubricant because I think he had lubricated robot organs or whatever.
The specs.
Yeah. So he just finishes like a big black load inside of her, which is actually the thing that killed her. Looked like a big black load.
That's the splooge of Data killed Tasha Yar.
It's like haunted. He teleported it down to a planet. It became sentient.
He gave himself a handy on the bridge of the Enterprise and shot it onto a planet.
It became sentient and killed her.
Dr. Soon, what have you done? Like, if that were the case, then his brother would have just started doing that to create his own army.
That'd be a good movie. I'd watch that.
Yeah, what was his brother's name?
Oh, God.
His brother.
It's escaping me.
Lore. Yeah, Lore.
Lore, that's right.
Yeah, it was Lore. Lore was creating an army of splooge men to conquer the universe.
I'd watch it. It's just like black blobs.
Just walks up and starts jerking off on the Borg.
Resistance is futile.
God.
Venom could probably do the same thing, though.
Plus, the symbiote couldn't grow like that, or else he would have just started taking over the whole of New York and then the planet.
Well, he doesn't grow. He splits off. That's what made Carnage.
Yeah, but like that split off almost killed the original symbiote.
Oh.
Or why didn't it keep splitting off and keep reproducing and just taking over the human race?
That would be actually a good story. They should have done that. Everybody has Venom.
Yeah. Everyone has Venom.
See other space things from DC. I think Starfire, her relationship with Nightwing always confused me.
Yeah, I never really got that, but, whatever, Nightwing was all like, hey, I'm human, and she's like, I'm some galactic princess who's purple.
He's like, I hit it. But she had super strength, too. So.
Yeah, and big boobies, so, like, she probably knocked him out a couple of times.
He took his life into his own hands with that. Imagine the Teen Titans, like, headquarters. You got Cyborg that just sits there and watches because he doesn't have anything but, like, half a head. And you got Beast Boy getting freaky. Nightwing doing Starfire, the alien chick.
Yeah,
they got
Star-Lord's message that all the Teen Titans look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Because he had Kid Flash, he could be done in 3 seconds.
Poor Flash.
And who's the other one?
He's like, oh honey, I finished like 10 minutes ago. I've been in the kitchen.
Oh, Raven, who's like half demon.
Yeah. I wonder what that looks like underneath.
I wonder what she's got under the robe.
Under the cloak.
It's probably scary.
I'm saying it has teeth.
It might. Like, what's that one movie? Is it called Teeth? Where, like, the vagina has teeth and it cuts, like...
What have you been watching?
No, there's a movie. You got teeth in her vagina.
Okay, I think you've been watching some weird porn. It's what you've been watching.
It's a legit horror movie. Let me look it up. I think
With
it's called
vaginas.
Teeth. It's a vagina with teeth.
Just a walking vagina, like this giant vagina walking around.
No, it's a woman that's her vagina has teeth. Let's see, it's a real movie.
They zoom in on it to
There's
show you that.
All right, here we go. Internet Movie Database. Teeth is a 2007 black comedy. Let's see, blah blah blah. Oh, it's got a long plot thing. But yeah, basically, it's a rape kind of revenge thing. But she has teeth in her vagina.
We call that a dark comedy.
I guess the guy's raping her. She fights back and inadvertently bites off his penis with her vagina. That's terrifying.
Well, don't rape.
Not true.
Lesson learned. He learned his lesson. He's not going to rape again.
But just like the teeth down there. Imagine going like the gynecologist. And he's like just doing, he's like his 100th patient that day. He just goes in there. Holy fuck, his teeth.
You know, I want to film the sequel, Anus.
Oh god.
To
She have teeth in her anus? Or is it something else?
It's like the Sarlacc pit.
Like fingernails, maybe.
No, I just want it to look like a Sarlacc pit. You know?
Oh, okay. It even
Like,
has the...
you know, dude looks up Boba Fett and suddenly flies out in a jetpack.
That's the new Star Wars anthology spinoff. It's after Rogue One.
Yeah, we all knew in our hearts Boba Fett survived.
Boba Fett anus.
They didn't even have to tell us that Boba Fett was, still alive. It's like, yeah, we knew. Because it's Boba Fett.
We've seen the merchandise sales. He's alive.
We know you aren't going to kill off Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett's alive. Let's see, also got the old, basically everybody in Arkham. You think Arkham was like an orgy?
Yeah, no, they kept doing pretty good, except for like the once a month occurrence when everything goes to hell.
Yeah, but most insane asylums are they're co-ed.
They are, and they even touched on that in some of the Arkham comics. Like there are a couple of guys that would. There was the one comic series. It was Arkham Asylum. I forget what the title, but it was a 6-shoot, and one of the guards was bringing, what is her name, Magpie.
Yeah, the one with like the bird-shaped hair.
Yeah, bringing Magpie like shiny objects, and then he'd fuck her. I mean, that stands to reason. Guards fucking prisoners for special favors.
Yeah. Do you think with Ivy they'd catch like a plant-like rash?
I'd stay away from Ivy because Ivy has that power where she can control you.
Yeah, control your mind, but some of those guys don't care.
Yeah, they'd care because they know they're going to die.
True.
Power of survival.
Killer
Croc.
Killer Croc would have a weird one.
Oh, well, it depends on what point during his mutation.
I'm saying like he's full on crocodile man.
Just a giant crocodile dick.
But do they are they retract into its body or something? I don't know what crocodile dick looks like. Because they're reptiles.
I want you to find out firsthand. If you could you go to Florida and go to an alligator museum and just start peeking underneath?
It's research, sir. I'm doing Killer Croc, the Batman villain. I'm very curious about the crocodile penis. This is legit science, sir.
Well, then they'd yell at you because those are alligators, not crocodiles.
Oh yeah, true.
Crocodiles are in the Nile.
It looks like I looked it up. I googled crocodile penis.
Of course you did.
And it looks like it opens up like an orifice and like the penis comes out. That's pretty terrifying.
It's incredibly terrifying.
It looks like a vagina opening and it scales and then like a penis comes out.
Surprise, motherfucker. This was not a vagina.
Yeah. That's scary.
That is scary. I'm going to have nightmares about that.
So yeah, Arkham would be just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, Harley would always be sneaking off to see Joker.
You think she bangs other dudes? She banged Deadshot.
Deadshot, but that's when she was really pissed off at the Joker.
I hope they don't go into that in Suicide Squad. She's like, hi Will Smith. Let's get jiggy with it.
It's, oh God.
Behind the Joker's back. got
Will
Jiggy.
Smith, people. Son of a bitch.
And Jaden shows up as Deadshot Jr.
God, shut up, dude. They might be listening.
Then we got Bane. He has the steroids of Venom.
He just starts pumping up Venom.
So he would have like the longer dick but the smaller balls, just like steroids, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I think his balls would probably gone at this
They
point.
go up inside him.
It's powder.
They never.
Like he's got a dick with a bag of cocaine.
Yeah, because it's just like mega steroids.
Yeah, I mean, they're gone. They've got to be. He's got to be the most sterile man in Arkham.
Because I mean, he pretty much.
No, I'm sorry. They don't put Bane in Arkham.
Oh, he goes to Blackgate.
It's Blackgate.
Ah,
Yeah, Bane's not great.
Yeah, he's not crazy. That's right.
He's just a criminal.
But you imagine some of the fetishes some of those guys would be into, like Scarecrow.
I said, hang yourself.
He's like putting her in a casket of spiders just to get like a semi.
Jerking off like she's like screaming. It's like Saw.
But I mean, like he gets off on fear, right?
Yep.
He would have to pretty much torture these girls to get a hard on. I would think. Or like the Riddler, he just give her like a puzzle book. He's like, solve these puzzles, baby. She's like doing Sudoku. Oh, do that Sudoku. Oh.
Riddle me this.
Show me how big your brains are.
What's long and red and full of semen?
Me.
Red.
What other ones? Oh God, Penguin.
Penguin's probably in some weird. I don't know. I think Penguin's pretty normal because he's always been able to keep a stable of women around him.
I think he has to pay him. I think they're prostitutes or strippers or something.
He's a gangster.
But I always think to me, I always think the Penguin. I think of like the Danny DeVito Penguin.
Let me show you my flipper trick.
Let's see, Two-Face. He has to flip the coin.
Just bang or not bang.
Yeah, shoot you in the head or bang you. It was man bat.
Maybe it's for positions like heads and tails.
There you go. We do it doggy, or we do it missionary, or whatnot. Imagine man bat, Kirk Langstrom.
It would have to be just other bats at that point.
So he bangs bats. He's married.
So not anymore. He's bat fucker.
Kirk was getting a divorce. I found even banging bats.
He's just like sitting there grabbing bats off the wall.
Who else we got from the Rogues Gallery? Mr. Freeze. He'd have to keep it in the freezer.
Mr. Freeze, all about Nora, man. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, you think he's loyal?
He's loyal. Dude, think about the lengths he is going to just to reanimate his wife.
True.
He's doing nothing.
So he has a heart of gold. Of any of the Batman rogues, he's
yeah, he's got a heart of gold. He's all about his wife. That's his main reason for everything, to bring his wife back to life.
See, Raish has like 20 kids.
Yeah, Raish is like,
yeah.
Well, he's been around for centuries, so he gets around.
Yeah, Talia's probably freaky.
Not as freaky as Lady Shiva.
Oh God, that whole League of Assassins is probably like, it's kind of like Arkham. It's probably like a big orgy.
It is, but it's much more violent.
It's kind of like a violent. They're like the Olympics. They say all those athletes just meet together and just bang.
Is that what's going on at the Olympics?
Yeah, man. Read like Olympic, like they run out of condoms and shit. I swear to God, like read up like Olympics, like.
I'm getting a nod from my sidekick about that one.
See?
She's verifying your story about Olympic sex.
Like they just bang like crazy everywhere. So I guess it would be like that, but like evil.
Her angle, like crazy.
Probably.
I wouldn't blame him. I'd be like, you know what? I'm in a foreign country. I'm going to go find me a Russian.
Well, it's like all these people in peak physical condition. You think
they'd be focused on the sport?
Well, I mean, they think the Olympics is what, like almost a month?
Yeah,
Their
that's
events
true.
in like what, 3 days?
Depending on when their event is and everything. I keep thinking like, Mickey training Rocky. I'm like, women weaken legs. Just like I get a Mickey falling around each. Like everybody has their own personal Mickey falling around, telling them that.
Adrian. They just punch meat. They run out of cows. Everybody's just punching meat. She's like, I'm a synchronized swimmer. Shut up and punch the meat.
I said, hit it. Start breaking ribs.
Here's one, Groot.
Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Poor Groot.
He
just shoots sap all over.
I mean, Star-Lord's pretty normal. Star-Lord's human-ish.
Yeah, he's
half human.
He's half human, half humanoid.
Gamora.
She's probably like Starfire and stuff like that. Like she'll break it in half. Same with Drax.
Drax is, he'll pull out a knife. He likes cutting.
How about Lady Sif?
Yes. Yeah, Sif is normal for an Asgardian, I'd say.
I'd say Asgardian women could tear it up.
Yeah, in a Viking way. They're Viking, so...
Yeah.
The house is going to get wrecked. Pictures are going to get flung off walls. Lamps will be broken.
And, beers will be drank. What do they call it? Grog?
Mead.
Who has grog, then?
Pirates.
Pirates have grog. See, I got my shit mixed up.
Yeah, grog is, rum. And mead is a honey wine. Mead is delicious.
Do they sell mead in the States?
Oh yeah, dude. I drank 2 bottles a few months ago.
I never knew. I always thought it was beer. That's how little I know.
Mead was actually developed. Here's an interesting story. Way before wine, mead was first developed by the Mesopotamians.
Oh, that's old school.
It is old school because there was alcohol made with honey.
Yeah.
Which of course was plentiful for them. But it's actually, I prefer it over wine, especially if you can get a spiced mead like cinnamon apple spice mead. There's a couple of great places. There's nowhere in West Virginia I've found that makes a decent mead. But there's a really good brewery right outside Raleigh.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. That's where I got a friend of mine shipped me a couple of bottles from there. She went to the whatever you call it, for I guess brewery or whatever.
Yeah.
For
distillery, I guess.
Distillery, yeah. They make wine, mead, and a few other liquors down there. But sent me a couple of bottles. It was really nice.
Deal. Another one we got to, we talked about Data getting laid. How about Kirk?
And Kirk did whatever he wanted.
Like Bones, he would just be like, "What'd you bring in this time?"
He's like green, yellow, whatever. Kirk was man.
He's got like purple pus coming out of it. When he pops his boils or whatnot.
Like 2 tiger women.
He'd bang anything. Like he's like, if it's humanoid, I'm
He's like JP, he's a freaking Enterprise. I'll fuck anything that moves.
Like he just goes around space, sitting in his chair with a big TV screen, and then it's like, I need laid. What's going on in this? Whatever.
Any upheaval in this quadrant? There's about to be.
3 of his men die. He's like, whatever.
Whatever, red shirts.
He's like, I gotta get my dickin' on.
And the same thing with Riker.
Yeah. I mean, he had his steady on Enterprise, Troy. But man,
Troy should have ended up with Worf. We've discussed this.
Yeah. But I mean, she would be typically Riker's side girl on the ship. He'd always go on the away missions.
Troy was like his bottom bitch.
And this is steady. And he's just pounding at other places. The Betazoids, they're like pretty liberal with that stuff, aren't they?
Betas were just like, whatever, I'll fuck anything that moves too. And like, I'm surprised Kirk never ended up there. Like, I'm home.
He should when he like died and went to paradise and Number Generations.
Yeah.
And they took him to like his family or some shit. It wouldn't be that. It'd be Betazoid, just like balls deep and
like, where are you? I'm on my horse farm in Versailles, Kentucky. Dude, come on.
yeah, whatever, Kirk.
Where we all know you'd be on Betazoid.
Betazoid brothel, balls deep, and Troy's mom.
Hey, Troy's mom was hot.
Wasn't that Roddenberry's wife? Or is that? I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
I didn't find that out till like a month ago. My beautiful and talented girlfriend had to point that out to me.
Oh, that his wife is on the show?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She's also the voice of the ship.
Is she?
Yeah. That's why she's the first lady of Star Trek. Because she was also a nurse, something in the original series.
I'm getting pointed and yelled at because either she told me that and I wasn't listening.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I didn't know that. It's because I am no Trekkie because I didn't know that.
Oh. You lost some nerd points. Yeah, man, she's the voice of the ship.
Oh, that?
So now you rewatch it, you're like, I know who that is. That's Troy's mom.
Troy's mom.
Also the voice of the ship.
I had no clue about that.
I wonder if
I didn't really like who's doing the voice of the ship.
now the ship has an artificial intelligence too, right?
Not to Data's line. No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's not artificial. No, I mean it's obviously a supercomputer to the highest magnitude, but not an artificial intelligence.
Okay, so it's just a
Can't
computer.
think on its own, it can only accept command.
It has no free will, I guess.
Yeah, or else like the crew would be really fucked if the Enterprise became sentient.
I don't feel like doing life support today. Data's like,
Ends up being 2001: A Space Odyssey.
True. Data.
I'm sorry.
They have to do the
I can't do that hard.
sing that Daisy song. Daisy.
You guys were flying like coked out motherfuckers.
And Riker's like, oh, he's got to fuck somebody.
I was just like takes off and like, you know what? Fuck the Borg, and just goes charging into the Delta Quadrant.
Well, I suppose that Ponfar or Spock got all horny.
Yeah, that weird.
Just imagine Vulcan, like Ponfar, like they're all like logic and shit, and all of a sudden it's like MTV Spring Break.
Well, it's like that episode of Futurama where, it happens to Zoidberg. Like, he gets the giant fin on his head.
I remember that. It's like a mohawk sort of fin.
Mohawk. And he's like, stop, I'm getting aroused. And the little fin goes up.
Okay. Doesn't he like shoot shit out the side of him or something? Or is that different power?
Oh, he just does that all the time anyway. He can. No, Zoidberg's people, they once they fuck, they die.
Right.
Like Fry's at the end, he's like, you mean you die or a life without sex? Tough call.
Do you think the Borg does it?
Nah, they don't need to.
But their queen was pretty sexualized.
Yeah, the queen was, but like, okay, the Borg queen, yes, the rest of them, no. She was like, you know what? Sex is mine. I don't want y'all.
True. But you don't think she bangs him like, queen bees?
No, she fucked Data.
You think she fucked Data?
Well, she was giving him skin.
Oh, true.
She's like, let me blow on this.
Here's one I always wondered. In Star Wars Episode 6, did Jabba molest Leia? No, I don't think he could have sex with her because they're anatomies.
Yeah, but his arm was short to obviously touch her.
Yeah, so he's all like feeling her up and stuff. You think?
His tail was kind of like. I think he just liked to watch her.
So he wasn't like licking her and stuff. Because, I mean, she disappeared for there's a week or two gap with her and Jabba's palace, you know what I mean?
You made me do things.
Because that's why I wonder why she, choked him to death.
She didn't like that metal bikini.
I mean, she could have grabbed a gun nearby and just put it in his mouth. And
she was waiting for Luke.
Oh, yeah. But I always wondered.
That was waiting for Luke to show up.
He'll save me.
More really a week or two. I mean, Luke shows up and she gets uncovered. He falls in the Bantha pit. And the Jabba's like, come on, we're getting on my barge and going out to the Sarlacc pit.
But I didn't know how long there was a time between her getting abducted and Luke showing up. It just kind of did one of those wipes. An undisclosed amount of time has happened.
He just throws the metal bikini. He's like, put this on.
I always wondered if he probably at least groped her or something.
With what?
He's got his hands.
Tiny T-Rex arms, man.
Yeah, but he could have his cronies push her up against him. They did another time, and he licked her in the face.
That's why she choked him. Just because he licked her.
I think it was. I think he did more than that.
I think you want that to have happened.
No, I'm just saying that I think that she got revenge on him for
watch this
doing stuff. That can't be in a PG movie.
Star rape.
There's like a deleted scene somewhere in Lucas's attic. It's just Jabba just grounded up against her.
That didn't come out in the special edition. We couldn't put this in a PG movie at the time, but now the rules are a bit looser.
Jabba's just grounding all up on her. She's twerking. It's obviously a CGI Leia. Just...
No, sir.
Man, Chewbacca. Oh God, can you imagine the Wookiees?
Peacock.
That planet would stink, wouldn't
it? It's got to be the size of a baseball bat or human arm.
He hides it under his fur.
Oh yeah, but still, I mean, that thing could level a man.
True.
You weapon street fight. And that's how they fought off the Empire.
Big Wookiee penises.
Mock battles.
Go back to Star Trek. Klingon sex. They went into it a little bit in the show, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It was they shove you, you shove me, and then the camera pans away and the drapes are wafting.
It's they're probably just pounding on each other. Punching people in the face, probably. Biting.
Probably.
You think?
Probably.
That's how they ended up with those weird foreheads. They just all bruises. It's a constant, knot. Beaten during sex.
It's ridged for her pleasure.
God bless. Yeah, but it's when the creators came up with this stuff, Stan Lee, he probably couldn't imagine people just around being like, I wonder how big the Hulk's dick is.
Oh, you're probably like, what's wrong with these fuckers?
He's like, they're comic characters. But thinking so hard.
Probably goes up to Kevin Smith and is like, this is all your fault.
You Mallrats motherfucker. Kevin's like, whatever, man.
That's all I really got on superhero in apparently Star Wars and Star Trek genitalia today.
That's it. Pretty much we learned it's freaky in entertainment universes.
It is. You can get some weird thoughts with human sexuality.
So, alright, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining us on the first edition of Hollywood After Dark. And we'll catch you next time, I think probably on a regular show.
Yeah, we'll probably do this on a regular basis.
Yep. So we can say fuck one last time.
Fuck, shit, cock, ass, tits.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.